everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we'll be doing a feel. So the first thing that I'm doing is just going in with a cuticle pusher. I got the cuticle pusher from Amazon. It came with a pair of nippers and this cuticle pusher for $8.99. So again, we're just pushing back those cuticles. As always, this just helps with exposing the new growth and help with reducing lifting. Next, we're going to go in with a 180 sanding band, and I'm using my Scarlett nail drill, which you can find either on their website or they also have it on Amazon. And it just looks like this, and this drill is actually $53.99. And again, we're using the sanding bands, and the sanding bands I get them from Amazon as well. I believe it's like 100 little sanding bands for about $5. So that's where I get them from. But as always, we remove the shine from the nail because, as you guys know, our body produces a lot of oils, and those nails happen to be on our nail beds. That's why our nails look a bit shiny, because they have those holes on them. So if we don't remove those oils, our nails or the acrylic will lift eventually, probably like within that same day or the next day. They will lift if you do not remove the shine. Remember, it's really important to get as close as you can to that cuticle area because that's where your lifting will start at. After we finish removing the shine, we're going to go in and apply the nail tips. The nail tips that I'll be using will be my natural nail tips. As you guys know, the nail tips that I use are the ones on my website. They are currently out of stock, but I will be restocking pretty soon, and I'll be sure to, of course, keep you guys updated, as it gets closer to the time. But as always, whenever you're applying the nail tips, you want to make sure that the nail tips fit exactly from sidewall to sidewall. After that, you apply the glue, and I'm using the KDS glue, which was also on the website. And then just place it on the nail and just hold it for a few seconds. Another thing is that when you're sizing your nail tips, you want the nail tip to fit exactly from sidewall to sidewall. You don't want it to be too small or too big. Literally fit from sidewall to sidewall. If not, your nail will lift or crack if it's too big or too small. So we're gonna go ahead and finish applying all of the nail tips, and then after that we can go in and cut them down. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the tip cutter and we're just going to trim the nails down. As you can see, I got this one from Amazon. It just looks like this and it's about $3 or $5. And we're just trimming them to her desired length. After we trim all of the nails down, we're going to go in with a straight edge nail clipper and we're going to be trimming the sides of the nails down. That way whenever we come back to file or to shape the nails, we're not going to have to do so much filing because we're going to be trimming down the sides. Again, this is a straight edge nail clipper. I also had these on my website and they will be back next time that I restock. As you can see, the free edge or the tip of it is flat, which helps you with just making a straight cut on the side just to cut those corners. After this, we're going to go in and just file the nails and we're going to be using a 100 nail file, which were also on my website, and we're going to be shaping the nails up into a coffin shape. Alrighty, so again, these are the 100 nail files from my website, and we're filing the nails at a 90-degree angle on the sides and the free edge, just making sure that you file about the right or same amount of times on each side. That way your nail is not crooked, and also making sure that you hold your file exactly from the side of the nail towards the tip. That way you get that perfect coffin shape, making sure that you hold your file super straight when you're filing the free edge as well, to get, you know, that really pretty squared shape right at the tip. So we're gonna go ahead and continue to do that on all of the nails, and then we'll move on to the next step. And then also after I shape them up, I go in and just blend the nail tip right in the middle. That way it makes the nail look a lot more natural. So once we finish doing all of the shaping, I'm going in with the primer. I use the Young Nail Protein Bond, and we're applying that on the natural nail only. You want to make sure not to get it on the skin, because if you do and they have any little cut, it will burn them. And then once we finish applying the primer, of course, we're going to go in with the acrylic. As you guys know, I use the Mia Secret acrylic system in the color pink, and I get it from Nail Supply Glamour. This is what it looks like, and of course they have different sizes, but this one is actually only about $12. And then I also buy the big bottle of monomer, which is about $51 on their website, and I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave that link down below. But anyways, as always, when we're doing a full set, we place our first bead right in the middle where the natural nail and the tip meets, brushing it down towards the tip, placing the next bead right below that first one, same thing, patting it down and brushing it down towards the tip, making sure that we're really gentle when we're brushing the acrylic down, because we don't want to brush the acrylic off the nail. Next, we're going to apply the third bead closer to the cuticle area, patting it down. Again, brushing it really gently down towards the tip, making sure that if we get any acrylic on the skin that we wipe it off, and then making sure that the rest of the nail is nice and smooth. As you can see, I only did the 3 beads on the middle finger. So remember that if you feel like, you know, it looks nice, it has a nice apex and a nice thickness at the tip, you don't have to apply more acrylic. So that's why you have to make sure that you pay attention to what you're doing, and that, you know, you look at the nail from different sides, because it's really important. As you can see, I kind of just switch up my technique as I go, because I'm able to determine by looking at my nail from the side where I need to add more acrylic. So remember, you can do like a 4-ball method, but if you know your first bead that you applied was thick enough and you feel like you don't need to apply more at the tip, then you definitely don't have to, because then your nail is going to be super thick. So just make sure that you always keep looking at your nail from different angles. Every time that you see me lift her finger, that's me looking at the nail from the side to check. And for my brush, I'm using my Alpha brush in a number 10, which this one is about $24.60. I've been using this one for a while, and I actually have another video coming up really soon comparing the number 9 and the number 10. And then I'm also going to be trying out one of their flat brushes, just because I was curious to see how good it would work. But that would be another video. But be sure to go check them out, because they have some really good brushes. But anyways, we're going to continue to apply the acrylic. So again, place the first bead right in the middle where the natural nail and the tip meets. Place in the next one right below it. And then the third one closer to the cuticle area. And remember that if you get any product on the skin like you just seen there, make sure that you wipe it off immediately. You don't want to leave it on there, because once it dries, it's going to be really hard to take off. And also, you want to make sure that you're working with the right amount of product. You don't want to pick up a huge bead to apply it on your pinky, because then of course it's going to be super, you know, thick, and you definitely do not want that. Another thing is that the Mia Secret acrylic system I recommend for beginners, just because, you know, it is more on the wetter side, which means that it's going to take a little bit longer to dry. Whereas the Glam and Glitz that I was using a little bit ago, I really like that for people that are a little bit more advanced, just because it dries a little bit faster. So I feel like it worked a little bit better for me, because I didn't have to wait so long for it to dry. So again, most likely whenever I finish using up all of my Mia Secret, I probably am going to be switching over to the Glam and Glitz. But for now, I'm just going to continue using my Mia Secret nail supply. My Mia Secret acrylic system, because I still like it, but again, it just dries a little bit slower. And for someone that's more advanced in the nail industry, you know, it just gets a little bit frustrating. But yeah, so I just wanted to clarify that. I didn't want you guys to think that, you know, just because you don't see me using the Mia Secret all the time now, that it's bad or anything. I just, again, recommend this one for beginners. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and finish applying the acrylic. As you can see, I keep adding acrylic on the middle finger, because she bumped it up against the grill in the middle, which is the dust collector, and the little corner kind of messed up, so I was just going in and fixing it. But the steps for the rest of the nails are going to be exactly the same. We're doing the 4-ball method for the most part, and then making sure that we build a nice apex and a nice thickness at the tip. That way our nail has its nice, you know, strength, and it's not going to break off. And I also wanted to mention that remember that when you're working, you want to make sure that you clean your brush off a lot while you're working. So the paper towels that I use are the Viva paper towels, which look like these, and you can find them anywhere. Make sure that they're the signature cloth, which means that they're really soft and they absorb all of your liquid, and I just absolutely love them. Again, you can find them just about anywhere, whether it's Walmart, Target, Dollar General, just anywhere they'll have them. Usually it's like $10 for like a 6-pack, but they work really good. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and finish applying the acrylic, and then we can move on to the next step. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in and just reshape the nails by using that same 100-100 nail file that we used at the beginning. And this is just going to help perfect the shape, even though we shaped them up in the beginning. After we apply the acrylic, I feel like it takes away from the shape. It'll like round off the corners, and we don't want the corners rounded, so we have to go in and literally just reshape the nails to perfect that shape. Once we finish shaping up the nails, we're going in with a fine drill bit, and I get this one from Amazon as well. It's by Pana, and this one is $7.99, and it works really good for me. So I always file around the cuticle area first, going from the right side, working my way around to the left side, just going back and forth until I'm able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. That way I know that the acrylic is not on the skin. And also make sure that when you're working with a drill, you want to make sure that you keep your drill moving at all times. You don't want to leave it in one spot for too long, because it's going to cause friction and it's going to cause your nail to burn. So make sure that, again, you keep your drill moving at all time. And also don't put too much pressure on the nail when you're working, because that will cause a burning sensation as well. Alrighty, so after we finish filing all of the nails, we're going to go in with a buffer. And I use these little buffers that I got on eBay a while back. They're the two-way buffers, and I bought a box with 500 of them for about 50 some dollars, and I still have a lot of them. So I'm glad that I did that. That way I don't have to keep buying them. But remember that when you buff the nails, this is just going to help with with removing any of the scratches left on the nail from the hand file or the e-file. So you make sure that you buff those nails really good, because if not, you will be able to see those scratches through your polish. But once we finish buffing the nails, we're going to go ahead and dust them off. We're going to wipe them off with an alcohol wipe, or you can have your client go wash their hands. I'm going to clean my area as well, and then we're going to go in with the polish. So for my polish, I'm going to be using the Perfect White by Madam Glam. As you guys know, I love the Madam Glam gel polishes. They work really good for me, and this one is actually part of the Perfect collection. Again, it is in the color Perfect White. We're going to do that on all of the nails. On two nails, we're going to do kind of like a triangle effect. So I'm using my small nail art brush, and these I don't have on my website just yet, but they will be back, or they will be there once I restock the next time. But as you can see, I'm doing the little triangle with the little brush, and then I'm going in and filling it in with my regular, nail polish brush. And again, we're going to do this on this ring finger and the thumb, and then the rest are just going to be all white. And I'm just going in with my small cleanup brush to clean up around the cuticle area where I get any polish. Once we're done with this hand, we're going to cure it for 30 seconds, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other hand. And as always, I do have a promo code for Madam Glam, which is Get Nailed, but I'll be sure to leave all of that information down below. Alrighty, so once we finish applying the 2 coats of the gel polish, I'm going in with the No Wipe top coat by Madam Glam, and we're going to go ahead and apply that on all of the nails, and then we're going to cure each hand for 60 seconds. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. As you can see, they turned out really pretty, really nice and simple. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GetNail32, and I'll see you guys next time.